Arduino has been around for nearly 2 decades. It's the board that taught millions how to code, how to wire a circuit, and how to turn ideas into working prototypes. But recently, something new hit the scene. The Arduino UNO Q, developed in collaboration with Qualcomm. And ever since that announcement, people have been asking one question. Is this the end of the classic Arduino we know, or is Arduino finally catching up to modern hardware like ESP32? Let's be honest, in the last few years Arduino looked a bit behind. Boards like the ESP32 and Raspberry Pi Pico started dominating projects because they were faster, had built-in Wi-Fi, Bluetooth, and cost less. Meanwhile, most Arduino boards were still using an old 8-bit Atmega chips. Simple and stable, yes, but not powerful enough for AI or complex IoT tasks. So many thought Arduino was slowly becoming outdated. Great for beginners, but not competitive for serious projects. And that's why the new UNO Q is such a big deal. It's not just another update, it's a complete redesign. Inside, it's powered by a Qualcomm QCS2290, a quad-core 64-bit ARM Cortex-A53 processor running up to 2 GHz. That's not microcontroller territory anymore. That's basically a small computer on an Arduino board. It also includes Wi-Fi 5.3 and Bluetooth 5.0, up to 2 GB of DDR4 RAM and 16 GB of eMMC storage. Plus, it supports Linux-based operating systems and AI frameworks like TensorFlow Lite. So why Qualcomm? Qualcomm is a huge player in the mobile and IoT market. They're known for the Snapdragon chips that power phones, cars, and smart devices. Partnering with them gives Arduino access to massive processing power for AI and vision projects, optimized Wi-Fi, Bluetooth stacks, edge computing features that make real-time image and sensor processing possible, and access to Qualcomm's mature driver ecosystem. This means the UNO Q can handle stuff like face detection, voice recognition, object tracking, or advanced robotics. Things that classic Arduino boards could never manage. It's also the first Arduino that properly bridges into the IoT AI era while still keeping that plug-and-play simplicity. Honestly, there's a lot to like. Arduino gets to stay relevant in 2025. Beginners can now grow into advanced projects without leaving the Arduino ecosystem. You could literally go from blinking a LED to running a neural network-powered robot, all under the same brand. The UNO Q also integrates perfectly with the Arduino Cloud and the upcoming Arduino AI framework, which lets you train models online and deploy them directly to your boards. So for people doing robotics, drones, automation, or smart agriculture, this is a serious upgrade. Now let's talk about the part that's making people nervous, the open source question. Traditional Arduino boards were completely open source. You could download the schematics, clone the board, modify it, or build your own version. That's what made Arduino so educational and community-driven. But Qualcomm isn't known for open hardware. Their chips usually rely on closed firmware, proprietary drivers, and NDAs for documentation. So even though the Arduino Q board itself might still be open in design, the core chip and software stack probably won't be. That means we might not see full low-level access or editable schematics like we did with the classic Atmega-based boards. This raises an important question. If Arduino depends on a closed-source chip, is it still truly Arduino? The brand was built on open knowledge, on letting anyone learn from its design. If parts of it start becoming locked behind corporate walls, it could shift from a teaching tool into more of a polished consumer platform. That's not necessarily bad, but it just changes what Arduino stands for. Some users want powerful, modern boards, while others want freedom to tinker. The UNO Q might deliver the first, but not fully the second. So, is Arduino dying? Not really, it's just changing. It's moving from the hobbyist world toward professional IoT and AI development. The old 8-bit boards might fade away, but the platform is evolving into something faster, smarter, and more capable. The only real question is whether Arduino can balance this new power with its open source philosophy. Qualcomm brings the muscle, but let's hope the spirit of Arduino, the part that made it accessible to everyone, stays alive. What do you think? Is the Qualcomm partnership the future or the beginning of the end for open source Arduino? Drop your thoughts in the comments, and if you enjoyed this breakdown, hit the subscribe for more tech deep dives. Thanks for watching and see you in the next one.